Hi, it's Patrick Denley at ptlarts.com. I am an artist. I paint landscapes, portraits, and yeah, so today I want to talk about inspire. So inspire, I just want to have a look at the greats, like just a couple of things, like quotes, take some quotes and unpack them in my own language, which and hopefully you can find your own language. So like every now and then I need to put down my brush, close the laptop, and let the brain reboot. I enjoy thinking about things and trying to break these attachments to who I think I am. Then I'm in a position to create fresh ideas. This is one part of my personality that is the creator, maker, and dreamer and visionary. Then I have another part of me that is the motivator, the doing person. When I get really absorbed, I can exhaust myself. But my motivator doesn't get the message. The powerhouse to keep working is a bit devoid of sense at this point. Interesting, isn't it? You think after all these years I might have learnt, but however, this is still the dynamic that I need to. So I'm hoping by even talking about it that I get more of a healthy balance, and I can know when to listen and when not to listen to this powerhouse driving energy, because actually it does have its incredible uses. It gets things done, and I want to get things done. So it's, my creator's really pleased to have it around. It's just, now and then I need to just chill, not chill, but just sort of, yeah, chill. So when I get absorbed, I can exhaust myself. Like I said, I want to develop this ability to re-inspire myself. So what I'd like to do today is take a look at some quotes from the masters, unpack my understanding of it, and hopefully sort of um, help you. So first off, let's have a look at Pablo Picasso. There's loads and loads of quotes of his relating to lots of aspects of work. Of course, he's an amazing example of somebody who became like an icon in his own lifetime while he was alive, which is sort of quite often not happened, does it? So, like, and he was very much in the public realm and very strong character, which I feel comes across in his pages, whether you like them or not. You have a real sense of being in the room with him. As with all the masters, there's this that is attractive. You really connect with their life. And in essence, for me as a painter, um, that's what I like to think there's a possibility that I can do, or I work towards, or it's something that actually does happen to whatever degree with the art that you make as well. And of course, it's those connections we want to be clear about, and also respect, and like begin to understand if we're going to be like successful in like sharing our work with others. It's like, so this like inspiring, looking to the masters, if you like, the mentors, the teachers in the field. Now, like as I said to you before, I don't come from an academic background. I haven't got a degree in art, a master's, a PhD. I'm not a doctor, and I mean certainly reading a lot of material about different art and artists, it's sort of kind of mind blowing. Um, so I'm like a doer of art, so I am actually doing it and pretty well every day. So it's through the doing that I seem to find my understanding or connection with. And very often, I think that the quotes, a lot of the quotes seem to actually relate to the doing of it. It's not a theory; it's a doing word, isn't it? making art, making artwork, doing artistic things. No, so for me, I'm painting objects that are recognizable on Swibbits. May not be that for you or many people. It may exist as a manifestation in many different forms. So we're either going to share that and share the process that we are involved in doing that. You know, as a business, we can share that process, whatever it is, and what it is, and how it sort of improves our well-being, our understanding, our psychological development, our placement in the world, how we can create value for others and help them do the same. Or we're actually selling the objects as well that we make because people want them in their personal space or whatever. So anyway, let's dig into one of these. There's so many. I'm going to do a few today, and like every now and then, just stop all the other talk and, like I say, put my brush down, look at these, and try and sort of articulate them. You know, express and articulate what they inspire and help me think of. So the first one is Pablo Picasso, famous quote. One of his famous quotes is, "Everything you can imagine is real." So in a sense, as a painter, and what I've found is, especially where it doesn't matter what I paint, but if I take like a portrait, for example, that one of my great, another fantastic person who inspired me is Miles Davis. In many, many ways, his approach to music and his music, I've always really loved his music. So when I'm painting like Miles Davis, I tend to work from photos. I mean, partly because it's a bit tricky to get him to sit in front of me for obvious reasons. But actually, I started working from photos because I thought, well, if I can do it from photos and come up with something that is recognizable, I'll be pleased. And I've actually now sold quite a few, and that's led to commissions because I've developed the process of how I can connect with a person. So, for example, everything you can imagine is real. It's well, I mean, another way of looking at it, or another way of like discussing it or thinking about it for me is that what I realise the more that I paint something is that I don't really, I don't really know, it becomes more of a mystery actually. What I originally thought I was looking at develops into something different. It develops into a much deeper relationship as I spend like minutes, hours, seconds, or whatever it is relating to that object. In this case, like Miles Davis, for example, I use that because I love his music. I listen to his music, and while I'm painting, I listen to his music. One, because I really like it, and two, it's a way of connecting with his essence, if you like, this essence. So I can only imagine what it is like to be with him, and because I can't be with him physically, but I'm with him with his music through his trumpet and stuff. And then I watch interviews with him, all of those things in between to build up this relationship. So, I don't. I paint more than just paint his picture. I just paint his essence to the best that I can. I connect with it, and it seems to translate into my movements. My everything becomes part of this transmission, if you like, this transmission onto canvas of this understanding. So it's not really that everything you can imagine is real. It's not a question and answer. It's not like I'm just saying what it makes me think of. It makes me think of that actually all the things that I look at in a sense, a part of my imagination. They're a memory, like it's another quote we'll have a look at another time. So Pablo Picasso, another one, which is also actually stroke William Shakespeare. I mean, another great literary artist. Um, the meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. So I think this is really a cracking quote for all of us that are wanting to have a business online, make a business online through art, or art a business, as this series of videos I'm talking about. The meaning of life is to find your gift. So it's like your purpose, what it is you want to share. Like I'm really interested in sharing my artwork and making art. So, and it's becoming more and more like my passion. It's somewhere where I can really express my life. I can live the life in the way that I want to, um, through expressing myself in my my artistic expression. And I think the way that the purpose of life is to give it away. So you find your gift and then give it away is like this sharing is a way of expanding your understanding of what you're doing so that you are, then you start to grow. So like you build your base becomes larger and then before you know where you are, you're achieving a greater, broader, wider range of artwork for me. Gradually I'm sort of, the more that I share it and the more that like maybe I have to produce something because somebody wants it, it expands my capacity to enable me for my senses to sharpen, for this whole relationship with the universe to begin to articulate it in a means by which other people can understand through my artwork and through my dialogues and discussions with them, consequently have a deeper, more meaningful bond that hopefully, well, absolutely lasts eternally, doesn't it? And consequently strengthen the youngness in my heart, the youth, the so that has in turn an impact to the decisions that I make towards my health and towards my well-being because I'm enjoying this. I want to stay here longer. So that's just two quotes. There's loads of quotes. So every now and then, like in between talking about all the stuff I'm going to pay, I'm going to have inspire. So it's inspire. And then please, any thoughts, if you have your thoughts about these quotes, what they mean to you, what they mean to your process of work, by all, I'd love to see them if you want to put them in the comments in the YouTube comment box. Like the idea of having more to inspire, give us a thumbs up or yes please, and if it's particularly interesting to you or anybody that you know, like share it. So anyway, so I'm Patrick Tanley, ptarts.com. See you on the next video. Thanks very much for watching. Thank you very much.